This is Jackie, and I have AJ here from Fire. Try that again, take two. Got my cards right now, too. This is Jackie, and I'm here with AJ from Fire from the Gods, Warped Tour, New Jersey, Philadelphia. How you doing so far today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
You ready for dinner?
Yeah, actually, I missed breakfast and lunch. For one, I slept in, and then the other one had to go play, so I was like, forget it.
All right, well, then we'll make this count and get you on that
Awesome.
get you on that catering line.
Appreciate that.
In May, you released Narrative Retold.
Yes.
What was it like working with producer Jonathan Davis of Korn?
It was cool. You know, we didn't have much time because we were there with him for about a week, and we basically just went and added 3 new songs to Narrative, which had already been released, and then we re-released Narrative under the moniker Narrative Retold. So it was a very relaxed environment, but at the same time, there was still a sense of urgency. But working with Jonathan Davis was a lot different from working with David Bendeth, who we had recorded Narrative with, because obviously we had a little bit more time, and we were just getting the record done. But with Jonathan, he had already listened to Fire from the Gods. He was really into it, so he made it very, very easy. It was a very smooth period. You know, he hung out with us till about 2 a.m. every day, working and just being himself, and we gained so much knowledge from him. Just his presence alone, being Jonathan Davis, you know, it was just an awesome experience. So I really enjoyed it, and I definitely want to go back and work with him again.
Sounds like you have some really good teachers around you, David Bennett, Jonathan Davis,
sure.
some real good folks.
We've lucked out like that, and it's cool because, I mean, who knows? We're just a little band. It's like, do we really deserve this? But we've gotten these awesome people to work with, and Bendeth was incredible because Bendeth really put the hammer down and was like, we're going to do this record, and this is the way we're going to do this record. And it happened, and, you know, look at it today, man. A year later, we're at Warped Tour.
So why Warped Tour this year?
For us, as a band, like just us as 5 guys and 5 fans, we've grown up in the scene. We've gone to Warped Tours, so it was like one of the first things. Like we got signed to Rise, I was like, I want to play Warped Tour. For one, just for the novelty of it. For one. And secondly, because it's just a really good part of the scene, and it's a full reflection and indicative of the type of bands that we, you know, our peer bands and such. And it's a lot better, man. And you know, it's not a lot better, but it's very different because we did do Rock on the Range and Carolina Rebellion and Welcome to Rockville, which is the grander scheme of, I'd say, rock and metal, whereas Warped Tour caters to a particular fan, and that's the scene we come from. So we wanted to really we wanted to represent within that scene as a newer band. And
playing a big festival like Rock on the Range
Right.
or Carolina Rebellion, that's one weekend. That's one show.
Exactly.
This is every single day. So how do you keep your stamina throughout the summer?
You know, we try to get as much rest as possible, which is kind of difficult because it's like, you know, we're drinking, we're playing video games, we're on the phone with, you know, our significant others, because differently when we're in the van, you know, it's like it's work, work, work. You know, we just get to the next venue, we're there. But on the bus, you know, you've got a little bit more time, you can be a little bit more comfortable. So that helps the stage show. But man, trying to get as much sleep, that's the real problem when you're around everybody that's trying to like stay up and party and hang out.
I also hear that you're quite a video game buff. What are the games that you're that keep you up at night?
I play a lot of Battlefield, and I play FIFA all the time.
All the time?
Yeah, and that's like the going thing here. Like everyone's got FIFA. I think they're like the neck deep guys. They're from the UK. Jay from Silent plays. You know, so we all like to get it in on FIFA and Call of Duty, of course.
Okay, fair enough. I'm still an old school Nintendo fan myself, but
yeah, hey, you know, move the controller to make it jump. I know how that goes. It's all good.
Yeah, you've got to follow it with your body, absolutely.
You can't forget your roots, right?
Can't forget your roots. And you can't forget working on present stuff. 2016 was tough.
Yeah.
I think we were so ready to move on, and then we got 2017, and we're like, maybe not so much.
Yeah. You know what? It's still very early, so to speak, because like with us, 2017's gone by a blur, so I still feel like it's kind of early in the year because we were on tour, we've been working, so it's kind of just blurred by. So it's like, man, yeah, I know it's going to run by fast, but it's still very fresh to us because we still think we still have so much more to go.
So much to do.
Yes, exactly.
How can we use music to sort of cope with the things that stress us out, be it the things this year or really any year?
I mean, music's the ultimate stress reliever, I believe, and the ultimate healer, because like with a lot of people, they listen to like our record, which is really about a healing process, and hence the reason why it's called narrative. It's a growing process, and it takes, it's not a concept record where every song is tied into the next song, but each song, I believe, tells an individual story, and it talks about the underdog and the rising above the situation and not letting your particular circumstance dictate the person that you're going to be. And the fact that it's music, and it's music is the conduit to which I can use to impart that knowledge onto someone, or impart those feelings and impart that feeling of strength. It's the ultimate way to connect with the soul. And that's what music does for me, and I'm so glad that it does it for others, because that's what I love to do, and hey, I got to do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
2017 in the music industry has been pretty different from, let's say, 3 or even 5 years
Very
ago.
much
What role does Spotify have for you and your band?
I think Spotify really helped out. The unfortunate thing about the streaming is, it doesn't translate monetarily the way you'd like it. Not to say that we're greedy and we want to live the rock star life.
No, but you want to pay your bills.
You want to pay your bills, exactly. So, if you're just giving away your music for free, which is essentially the way it feels, when it comes down to it, it feels damaging. But on the other side of the coin and the other side of the spectrum, so much more people can get to your music, and that's helped Fire from the Gods tremendously.
So it's definitely that reach versus
exactly.
Not many people buy tangible CDs anymore. So
Exactly.
you got to bend with that. Let's play a little rapid fire question game. Give some fans out there some interesting insight into you. Okay, so whatever comes to mind first, we're gonna roll with that.
All right, let's do it.
If I weren't a musician, I'd be
A professional footballer.
all right. My music idol is
Michael Jackson.
the best part or perk